Hello everyone. Today we're going to be doing a blind comparison test between the Neumann U87AI and the JJ67 microphone. And so the purpose of this test is so you guys can determine what these microphones sound like and which one you prefer. And we made this into a blind test so that there's no biases between Neumann over the JJ67 microphone. So let's talk more about these microphones, and we'll be switching between A, B, and so you can determine which one you prefer more. So U87AI and the JJ67 are very different microphones in terms of their background and their history. Neumann U87AI, of course, is a studio standard microphone used in hundreds of thousands of recordings around the world. In fact, your favorite artist has probably recorded on the U87AI, and it's very versatile from instrument recordings such as piano, stringed instruments, and guitars, to voiceover work in commercial work, radio shows, to vocal works in studio vocal recording settings for songs, and just a variety of different applications. Just being very versatile. And the JJ67, of course, is a new contender and a new competitor to the U87AI, and it does not have all that sort of history behind the Neumann U87AI. And the U87AI is actually a rebranded version of the U87, which was originally a 2 microphone, but the capsule and a lot of the circuit design hasn't changed for a while now, for the past few decades, just because this has just been such a good standard to test on. And so, yeah, we'll see how the JJ67 microphone compares to the U87. Now, let's talk a little bit more about the technical specs between these two microphones. So the U87AI is using a dual capsule design, which allows it to be a multi-pattern microphone, meaning you have different polar patterns. You can do omnidirectional, figure 8, or cardioid. The JJ67 currently is only one-sided, and so it's only able to pick up from the front. Of course, as the designer of the JJ67, it's pretty simple for us to add a double backplate, and so we can also make a multi-pattern version of this microphone. But as the prototype of this new brand, we decided to just stick with a K67 style capsule compared to the K87 style capsule. So even though the capsule drill size are the same with the K87 versus the K67 style, there are going to be sonic differences just because that gold mylar layer on the back does make some differences, and they're electrically isolated or electrically together depending on K67 versus K87, and all that does affect the sound quality of the microphone in terms of frequency response and other effects. And so you will hear some differences. These are not, again, the JJ67 is by no means trying to clone the U87 or any of Neumann's microphone. It's trying to be its own thing, but we're just comparing it here because Neumann has been known for just the gold standard, right? In terms of the circuit, these two circuits are also very different. Although they're both not tubes, so they're JFET circuits, the output is actually very different. The U87AI uses a transformer output to provide a balanced output signal versus the JJ67, which uses a transformerless design from Schoeps. It's a very common design, and so that will provide different sonic characteristics. The U87AI, being transformer, will provide some distortion for second harmonic distortion, which is typically seen as more musical. The JJ67, on the other hand, will be a very clean output. Which one you prefer really depends on personal preference and what you're recording. But if you want the cleanest output, JJ67 microphone will provide that. Versus if you want a more colored and more musical type of distortion, the U87AI is better for that. But in this test, I don't actually think the differences are that large for you to be able to really tell, and for that to be a deal breaker. Both will get you great results regardless. They both have great transient response, which makes it great for a lot of applications. And yeah, and so, you've been hearing it right now, right? And in terms of the capsule design, most microphones capsules are designed in China. Of course, the Neumann is designed in Germany, and the JJ67 capsule is all made in the US. We're talking about machine from a stock of brass, 360 brass, machined down, laid down, polished. All the holes are drilled with a CNC drill. The lading process is completely manual, and it's been manually tensioned, gold sputtered, and installed, and has been manually tested. And so the quality control process and the building process is very similar to how Neumann makes their capsules, and that has a huge impact on quality. We know a lot about U87 clones, such as from Warm Audio, just a lot of different brands, but they're all essentially using the same type of capsule coming from similar factories in China. And not saying that those capsules are bad by any means, but to really make a U87 sound require a careful pairing between the capsule and the circuit, right? The capsule is known to have a high frequency peak, and you have to tune that down with circuitry, right? And mass-produced capsules just aren't really consistent, and paired with poorly designed circuits just produced a sound that doesn't even come close to the U87. I've heard of a lot of these blind tests. None of them come as close, at least to my personal opinion, as the JJ67 microphone. And so yeah, right now you've been hearing from 6 inches away, and to make this test a little bit more interesting, let's do a variety of different recordings, right? And so start off, we're going to be going back. Right now we're about a foot away from the microphone. You're hearing this between the U87AI and the JJ67 microphone. All right, and now we're going to go ahead and go to about 2 feet away from the microphone, and now you're hearing how those two sounds. And so this is really to hear how this microphone performs and how it picks up ambient noise. We are in an acoustically treated environment. However, it's not perfect, so there will be some noise, and we'll hear how that sounds. All right, now we're back to about 6 inches away from the microphone, and now I'm going to be doing a proximity effect. Now, it's difficult for me to do a proximity effect when the mics are side by side like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one microphone, get very close to it, do a proximity effect, and then pick another one and do the proximity effect. And we're going to go ahead and turn off the video so you can't see which is mic A and which is mic B. So I'm going to remove the pop filter here. All right, let's get started. Hello, and this is the proximity effect test between the U87AI and the JJ67 microphone. This is to hear how it sounds when you stand right up against the capsule, and how that sounds and which one you prefer for voiceover applications to make your voice sound deeper, fuller, and more trailer-like. Hello, and this is the proximity effect test between the U87AI and the JJ67 microphone. The purpose of this test is to hear how the capsule responds as I stand right up against the capsule. And this is a wanted application for trailer voice to make your voice sound deeper, fuller. It's very useful applications. And yeah, and so this is just a comparison between these two. Okay, now we're back at 6 inches away from the microphone, and let me know which one you prefer from those tests. Okay, now to complete this set of tests, we're also going to do off-axis coloration. So we're going to go ahead and move to the side of the microphone. This is on the side. And we're going to go ahead and move to the other side of the microphone. This is on the other side. And then we're going to go ahead and speak to the back of the microphone. Hello, everyone. This is a test between the Neumann U87AI and the JJ67 microphone. And for final test, we're going to be doing a noise floor comparison between the U87AI and the JJ67. So we're going to be 1 foot away from the microphone, and now I'm going to whisper so you can compare these two microphones, and I'm going to stop talking for a few seconds so you can really hear the difference.
Hello everyone, this is the noise floor test between the U87AI and the JJ67 microphone. We're about 1 foot away, whispering to the microphone. Okay, I'm going to be quiet so you can compare the sound as an ambient noise versus the self noise of the microphone.
Okay, I hope that's a lot of tests for you to determine which microphone is a better fit for you. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, that's it for the comparison.